Have you ever sewn an outfit using the correct measurements, only to discover that it still doesn't fit the way you expected? If that has happened to you before, don't worry, you're not alone. Welcome to another episode of Fashion Education with your girl, Yuzi Fashion Branded. On today's episode, we are talking about why your dress don't fit even after taking the right measurements. Many beginners make the mistake of cutting fabric using the exact body measurements, but clothes need something called ease. Ease is the extra space added to a garment so you can move, breathe, sit, and feel comfortable. If you cut exactly to the body's measurements without adding ease where necessary, the outfit may feel tight even though the measurements were correct. Now, let's talk about seam allowance. Even if you cut the fabric correctly, using a wider seam allowance than you planned can make the outfit tighter than intended. That's why it's important to keep your seam allowances consistent throughout the entire project. Third, not everybody has the same shape. Two people can have exactly the same bust, waist, and hip measurements, but completely different body shapes. One person may have broader shoulders, a fuller bust, a flatter tummy, or fuller hips. Measurements give you numbers, but they don't tell the full story of a person's body. That's why professional tailors also observe body shape before cutting. Fourth, fabric choice matters. The same pattern can fit differently depending on the fabric you use. A stretchy fabric behaves differently from a fabric with no stretch. Lightweight fabrics drape differently from stiff fabrics. Always consider how the fabric behaves before deciding on your final measurements and fit. Finally, always do a fitting before finishing the garment. One of the biggest mistakes beginners make is sewing everything completely before asking the client to try on. A fitting allows you to spot areas that need adjustment. This is before the outfit is permanently finished. It saves time, fabric, and unnecessary frustration. So how can you avoid these fitting problems? Keep your seam allowances consistent. Consider the client's body shape, not just numbers. Take accurate body measurements. Choose the right fabric for the design. Add the appropriate ease for the style you're making. The best designers never stop learning. Join me next week for another fashion education with UZ. See you then!